Rabbit fitting and showing.
Hi, I'm Amy Graham, and I teach at Mount Si High School in Snoqualmie, Washington. And this video that I put together for you is on rabbit fitting and showing. Rabbits are a fantastic SAE project for many reasons, one of which is they are small and they are easy to keep. And with our towns getting filled with more developments and our farmland going away, rabbits provide an animal project for students to explore and learn from. So I'm a big believer in rabbits. So anyway, without further ado, here is the rabbit fitting and showing.
In this presentation on rabbit fitting and showing, we will go over grooming, posing, handling, knowledge, and have a mock showmanship contest. Grooming. Grooming tools: unscented baby wipes, cornstarch, a brush or blade, clippers, dog, cat, or toenail, large tool for exposing nails, source from fabric store, spray bottle with water.
Grooming your rabbit is actually a pretty simple process. They do a great job of keeping themselves clean, so it shouldn't take too much to get your rabbit ready for show. Typically, what you'll need to do is clean off any of the hutch stain underneath on the bottom of their feet. You can do this with a baby wipe, unscented, and they work really well. If you have a stubborn stain, you can get it wet using the bottom of their feet, using that baby wipe so it's not too wet. And then you can sprinkle cornstarch on, and that will actually clean and pull that stain out. You let it dry, and then you take a brush and brush it, and it will lighten it quite a bit. The other thing that your rabbit needs to have is they need to have their nails trimmed. These are just cat scissors. You can use anything. Great big toenail clippers work really great too, human ones. If you have a rabbit that has a lot of fur on their paws, this is a Rex fur coat, so there's not a lot of fur. You can actually see the toenails pretty easily, but if you have a normal coated rabbit, normal fur, it's hard to see sometimes. So if you can find a piece of tulle, and it's a thicker tulle, and you just put it over the animal's foot, their claws will come right through, and you can see right where the quick is and snip right through it. So this is a really great tip. So clean the feet, trim the nails. You should make sure that the ears are clean. You can take take that same baby wipe, clean the ears, make sure it's nice and clean. On the Rex fur coat, I do use this blade and hacksaw blade. It's the fine tooth. This is 12-inch, 24 tooth, and you just gently comb this backwards, and it will loosen any hair that is on the rabbit. If you have a normal coated rabbit, just a regular slicker brush will brush all of the extra fur out. When you're done with that, you can use to remove any of the fur. This goes on both hair coats. This is just packing tape. You can rip a piece of packing tape off, create the loop, and then pull the extra hair, or you can use a lint roller, and this is the one that I like. It works really well, and you just roll all the loose fur, and it sticks on there. The very end, you can lightly mist with water, and this is not going to work. Lightly mist with water, and it will put a nice, you don't want to put too much on there, but just enough. And then you go on the Rex coat, you go backwards and you plump it, and that coat is ready. You can do the same thing on the normal coated rabbits. Same thing, you're just going the opposite direction. You would brush them then you would take and you can sprinkle water in your hands, or you can use a light mist and rub the coat in the direction of the hair. The one thing, all rabbits have to have a tattoo in their left ear. It is for identification. This one has the tattoo HP184. That is the barn that he came from. If you don't have a rabbit, your students will need to get them tattooed. Shows, typically there's people that have them, but this is just a simple tattoo pen. They are not expensive at all, and it's very easy to get this tattoo done in the ear. It just goes in the big part of the ear. And it can be any combination of letters and numbers. It doesn't have to be a specific code or anything. A lot of times rabbits will have their name tattooed in their ear. The right one needs to be reserved. That is for registered animals only. And yeah, that's that. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward on the grooming aspects of it.
Posing.
Your rabbit will be posed according to the breed, and compact rabbits, those are the majority of the rabbits that students are going to have. They're just smaller and a little more, they're not a little more, they are easier to maneuver. They're, anywhere from 2 to 6 pounds, and even at 6 pounds, some of those can be a little difficult to perform some of the maneuvers on. So posing, you are just going to pose for the breed. Compact types, basically up in a ball, except for Holland Lops and Netherland Dwarfs. They are going to be up on their feet, and I'll have some pictures that you can actually see what those breeds should look like as they are posed. To pose an animal, this is the Mini Rex. All you do is just make sure their feet are straight, and you just kind of squish them into a ball and they stay. Hands would go behind the back and they would stay here. There are some tricks that you can do as far as animals that are fidgety and such. And if that happens, you can simply put one hand in front of the eyes, and oftentimes that is enough to calm them down. Some things not to do are to sit and play with your rabbit, pet your rabbit, look in its ears, all of that stuff. Those are not to be done. At the very bare minimum, putting the hand in front of the face should be it when they are on the table. And again, as with all showmanship, exhibitors should be keeping their eye on the judge at all times and using their peripheral vision to see if the rabbit is going to be moving or trying to anticipate if they're going to move. Up next are some pictures of how the different breeds are posed.
Although the Holland Lop and Netherland Dwarf are compact breeds, they are posed in a more upright position as shown here. The English spot and tan rabbits have a fully arched body type and should be posed as seen here. The Mini Rex and the Polish are examples of compact body type rabbits that are posed in the standard compact position. Handling.
So there's several different things to take into account when you are handling your rabbit. The main thing is that the exhibitors need to remember is that they are prey animals and they're going to try and get away if they think they can get away. So to do that, we use their ears to control their head, and it's kind of like when your mom would grab your ear. It's similar to that, but they do that. One thing that you have to always remember anytime you are handling a rabbit is always support the hindquarters. If you just pull them up and hold them, it can actually break their spine. So not good to do that. So to do this, you can put your finger in between, and you are actually squeezing the cartilage in between the ears and pulling back, and you're going to scoop at the same time with the opposite hand, and this is how you would pick and hold the rabbit. So to do the carry pose, this is one of the first poses they will do, exhibitors will do in showmanship. You are going to get control of the head and pull back and roll back at the same time. You have in your opposite hand the hindquarters, and the other one has the ears. You are going to rotate the animal's rump and stick it under your opposite armpit and turn, and you will see the feet and the face. You will turn back around and rotate the animal again and go back down, and that is the carry hold. To check for malocclusion, check the teeth, you are going to do that same process again. You're going to squeeze with the ears and gently roll back. You are going to rotate completely, tuck the animal's hindquarter in your armpit, squeeze like a football, spread the top lips, and show the teeth. You are looking for malocclusion, broken or missing teeth. When you're done, support the hindquarter, release, and return back. To check the sex of the rabbit, again, grabbing control of the head and supporting with the hindquarters. Again, you are simply going to lay the animal on its back, and then using your finger and middle finger, you are going to stretch the tail down and press and show the sex, and you would say this is a buck. Those are the main maneuvers, carry positions, again, how to check the teeth and how to check the sex. Those are the ones that have the most, they're the most different. The other ones you will be able to see in our little mock showmanship portion. Those are walked through and described along with that.
Knowledge.
The knowledge portion. This is a huge section of the showmanship contest, and one that this a lot of times is where the contest is won. The judge will ask questions pertaining to the individual's rabbit themselves, but then may also go on and ask for specific breed information relating to other breeds that are on the table, or other breeds that that member exhibitor may own. So ARBA puts out a book called, ARBA, the American Rabbit Breeders Association, puts out a book called The Standards of Perfection, and it was just published in 2021, so this will be good until 2025. This lists all of the standards for each and every breed that is registered with ARBA. There are 50. We had the 50th breed was just inaugurated in last fall. So if you go into this particular breed, if you look at the mini Rex, it's going to give you the schedule of points. It's going to tell you what the showroom classes and weights are: senior bucks, senior does, junior bucks and junior does, and the general body type. I have seen judges ask specific information pertaining to what is the ideal body type. What are the faults? What are the general faults for the mini Rex? And then what are the faults for that particular variety that that member is showing? So novice showmen should, at the very basic, know about their particular breed, know as much as they can. This Standards of Perfection is going to be the best source of information for that. Senior showmen will need to branch out and learn all of the different breeds, as many as they can. At the very bare basic, they would need to know what breed, variety, and sex their rabbit is showing. Is it a junior, intermediate, or senior? A lot of just terms. What is a male rabbit called? What is a female rabbit called? What are baby rabbits called? This is on the fitting and showing questions that should be attached to this video. There's many different types of questions that can be asked. A lot of the questions, sometimes the judges will look through and ask questions pertaining to different terms. Those can be found in the first part of the Standards of Perfection. It's under the Rabbit Glossary, and there's a lot of terms. Sometimes that is the tiebreaker term. So these are great ones to memorize, put on index cards, use as flashcards, just to gain that knowledge. A lot of times the judge will ask, what are you feeding your rabbit? It should be, the answer should be given in percentage of protein, if there's any special additives in it. Always fresh water, free choice Timothy hay, things of that nature, as descriptive as they can get. The questions again a lot of the questions are attached as a handout, but that is pretty much it for knowledge. There's many different Quizlets and things available online. Rabbit Smarties is another great website to visit as far as rabbit knowledge. But for the very basic folks, studying the glossary and the particular breed of rabbit that the exhibitor has is a really, really, really great start.
These next two slides are examples of the questions that may be asked by a judge during showmanship. An exhibitor should know the breed, variety, and sex of the rabbit being shown, as well as if it is a junior, intermediate, or senior. The exhibitor should also be able to tell in detail what the rabbit's diet consists of. Don't forget to say water. The Standards of Perfection, published by the American Rabbit Breeders Association, is the source for specific breed information as well as vocabulary. Mock showmanship class. Exhibitors will need to bring a carpet square to the showmanship table with them. The carpet square is used to provide a non-slippery surface for the rabbit to stand on. If at all possible, carpet squares should not be shared between rabbits, as their scent can be left, which may potentially cause the rabbit to misbehave.
All right, this is the showmanship portion of the rabbit fitting and showing video that we're doing here. And these are two members of Mount Si FFA that are going to demonstrate the different carries and poses and how to complete these the correct way. So the first position is please show me carry position. They're going to do is they are going to hold the rabbit, securing them with their ears. They're going to rotate them and put them under their opposite arm. They are going to maintain control, and you want the feet and the face showing. Please turn and see that the feet and face are showing. Okay, return your rabbits, please. And then they will return them down gently, basically the same way, and they're always going to maintain eye contact with the judge and put their rabbits back in their pose. Rabbits need to be posed according to their breed. The Netherlands have a more upright pose, and the mini lops, they are in more of a compact pose. All right, can you please check your rabbits for ear mites? And they are going to look in the ear, look for anything. They're looking for cleanliness, any sort of crustiness. They're also going to look at the tattoo. When they are done with that, they are going to take and position the rabbit and turn the rabbit 180 degrees. and check the opposite. They always check the ear that's closest to the judge. All right. Can you check your rabbits for blindness, please? And what they're doing is they're holding the rabbit up to the light to see if there's any cloudiness, any sort of discoloration, any sort of discharge in the eyes. All right. Can you check your rabbit's straightness of the front leg? Or excuse me, no, let's do teeth. Check your rabbit's teeth, please. If your rabbit is misbehaving, it's okay. Just get a good grip and then good position and a good hold. And you are checking for malocclusion, any missing or broken teeth. One thing with the rabbits, if you don't have a good hold on them, thank you, they will get away. If they think they can get away, they will try. So they are spreading the upper lip of the rabbit to show their front teeth. And that's that. Would you check for straightness of legs, the front legs, please? They're going to rest them on their back while maintaining the hold. Front legs, and they're going to front legs. You're going to check the front legs, and they're going to pull them out. And then check to make sure that there are 5 toenails on each of the front paws. And then would you check for any sort of abscesses in the belly? They're lifting the animal up to check and see if there's any abscesses. All right, and then would you show how to check the straightness of the back legs? And they're just going to cup their hand and gently push out the legs so that they can see that the legs are extended. All right, while we're there, would you please sex the rabbit? What sexes do you have? What they're going to do is return the legs back, and then they're going to take their the tail in between the 2 fingers and use their thumb and display whether it is a buck or a doe. And what would you say?
This is a buck.
This is also a buck.
Okay, thank you. And return your animals back and pose your animals. All right, can you check your rabbit for fur mites, please? They are running their hands over the coat to look and see if there are any signs of fur mites that might be present. They're going to blow into the coat, going to look and see again if there are any fur mites present. All right. Elena, can you tell me what breed of rabbit you have, and what are 2 disqualifications for your rabbit breed.
I'm showing a Netherland dwarf today. One disqualification would be having a dewlap, and then another one is ears that are longer than 2.5 inches.
Perfect. Greg, can you tell me what breed, variety, and sex of rabbit you are showing today?
This is a broken black mini law buck.
Great. The judge will then ask questions relating to the exhibitor's animal and specifically on their animal and breed, but then they may also go into other questions such as, both of you, can you identify the following body parts on your rabbit? Where are the hindquarters? Where is the dewlap? These are both bucks, so there shouldn't be a dewlap, although there is a dewlap on the one buck because it's Cosmo. What is the difference between junior, intermediate, and senior rabbits, Greg?
Age and weight.
Okay. All right, Elena, can you name the 5 different body types of rabbits?
The 5 different body types of rabbits are compact, commercial, semi-arch, full arch, and cylindrical.
Can you tell me what body type your rabbit has?
This rabbit has a compact body type.
Great. Greg, can you tell me what the 5 fur types of rabbits are?
Wool, satin, Rex, normal flyback, and normal rollback.
And what type of fur does your rabbit have?
My rabbit has normal rollback fur.
Once the competitors have exhausted the questions, the judge will obviously award the exhibitor that's answered all the questions, done all the maneuvers, and has groomed their rabbit the best. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you encourage your members to fit and show rabbits. Have a good rest of conference.